I've tried a lot of sleeping pads over the years, and I've never really found something that I could say was really comfortable. The closest I ever came was a Thermarest Neo X-Therm. But even then, I found my hip on the ground more often than not. I figured that was the best I was going to do for the weight. Not having a comfortable sleeping pad actually pushed me into hammock camping because I just sleep like a baby in one of those. That is, until the Nemo Tensor came around, which I've been using for about 2 years now. The pad comes in a variety of shapes, sizes, and warmth ratings. This is a review of the uninsulated regular size Nemo Tensor. The regular version, which is what I've been using for the past few years, is great for me at 5'6". It's 72 inches long by 20 inches wide and 3 inches of maximum thickness. The pad itself comes in at 13.6 ounces on my scale, or 386 grams. With 3 inches of thickness, the real comfort out of this thing comes when being able to let a little bit of air out. Your body just sinks right down into the center of the pad. Now, I primarily sleep on my side, and in this pad, my hip doesn't hit the ground unless I'm sitting upright in my tent. I went with the regular rectangle over the mummy version just because for an extra ounce, I feel like it was worth it to have that extra leg room, being a side sleeper. Nemo includes a stuff sack, a pump sack, and a repair kit with the pad. The pack size of the pad inside the stuff sack is about 8 inches by 3 inches, or just a little smaller than a 1-liter Nalgene bottle. Now personally, I'll just leave the stuff sack at home because I don't like carrying extra stuff and it saves a little weight. The Vortex pump sack weighs 2.1 ounces and provides some fast inflation with the locking valve-to-valve mechanism, and it also minimizes moisture from entering the pad. However, I opt to not bring that either, as the one-way valve makes for really easy inflation with a pack liner, which I'm already bringing to help keep my important gear, like my quilts and my clothes, dry. On average, it takes a little bit of 20 breaths to bring the pad to full inflation, if you enjoy that sort of thing, feeling dizzy with the lack of blood flow to your brain. As I said, the intake valve is a one-way that lets air in, but not out. However, you can pull the valve the whole way out and deflate the pad very quickly. There's also a button on the inside of the valve that, once pressed, will let air out slowly, so you can lay on the pad and select your desired firmness. I seriously wish every sleeping pad manufacturer had this valve, because this is how you do it. If you wanted to use the pump sack, you attach it directly to the inlet valve, open the rear side of the sack, gently blow in it for shape, then roll the bag down on itself to force the air inside the pad. Again, you can just do the same thing if you're using a pack liner for your backpack by simply wrapping your pack liner around the valve and squeezing the air out. The R value on the non-insulated version is 2.5, and I personally have been comfortable with that rating down to 38 Fahrenheit or 3 degrees Celsius, which was pretty impressive considering I had a 40-degree quilt at the time. The material is made out of a sustainable PU polyester, and the insulated version actually has an aluminized film inside, like the Thermarest X-Therm. The Tensor has been a great pad for back sleeping, side sleeping, and even stomach sleeping. It's all about finding the right model and width that fits your needs. Speaking of which, the pad comes in a torso length, a mummy version, a regular wide, and a long wide to fit whatever body type you may have. I've been using the Tensor for years at this point, and while the material feels fairly delicate, I've had no durability issues. If you're using this in a tent, there shouldn't be a problem. However, you may want some kind of ground sheet, Polycro, Tyvek, whatever, if you're sleeping directly on the ground. It's also been the most comfortable pad I've used in forever. It also checks another box for me that the Thermarest did not. It doesn't sound like a bag of potato chips when I roll around on it at night. I feel this is a good balance between weight, comfort, and durability. Priced at $170 for the regular version and $200 for the long wide, I feel it's pretty competitive to the Thermarest Neo X-Lite models, but with added comfort. All in all, I am very happy with my purchase, and I look forward to taking the insulated model, which I just purchased, out with me on my upcoming PCT through hike attempt. So if you have any questions about the uninsulated or, at this point, the insulated model of the Nemo Tensor, don't hesitate to ask. Type down in the comments section and I'll be sure to get back to you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the trail, everybody.